Hey, what's going on, good people? Say, I just wanted to come on here and do an update. Really, I want to talk about and address some things. I want to talk about my book and address some things that I get in the inbox a lot. So, a lot of people reach out to me and they ask why I haven't done any more videos. And there's a reason to that. So, after 22 videos of historizing the MC culture, I stepped away from doing the videos because I felt like I had given to the culture everything that I wanted to give to them uh, by way of videos. And what I did was that led me down another path of writing. And so I took all that information that I had learned and I compiled a book. And here it is again. It's entitled Historizing the MC Culture, Traditions, Protocols, and Legacies in the Motorcycle Community. And it's been on the market now for 3 months, and I can't say enough how valuable this book has been, and I can't say enough about the impact that it's had on the culture in the short amount of time that it's been released. So I'll address a few things about this book. One thing I get is, why did I write this book? I had no intentions of writing this book, be honest with you. This book came about as a consequence of me just writing about the culture and researching the culture all these years. This is just a matter of me putting all that information into one monograph and presenting it to the world. So I had no intentions of writing a book, but after, talking with good people I trust, mentors or whatnot, they convinced me that all this information should be found in one central location, and that's why I end up constructing the book the way I did. So it didn't take me a few months to write this book. It took 8 years actually. It took 8 years to construct this book right here. So that's 8 years worth of research and 8 years of writing and 8 years of dialoguing with different people and 8 years of understanding perspective and 8 years of diving into traditions and protocols and origin stories and deconstructing various cultures that go into this culture that we call the motorcycle club. So 8 years worth of information is in this book right here. And I felt that it was necessary to put that information out to the people because I believe that information is currency. So one of the things that I dealt with was this idea of people who have information had this desire to hoard information. And I understand that. I understand why they did it, because when people have information, it puts them on equal footing as other people with the same information. And one thing about this motorcycle club culture is that it is designed on a hierarchy scale. Therefore, those who have information feel that they're above those who don't have information. And so there's a propensity to hoard information and keep information away from others. And the longer I can keep information away from you, I can count you as subordinate to me. So part of me writing this book was to put everyone on equal footing in terms of information. Information should not be something that divides the masses. It shouldn't be. We've seen how that worked out in the past, and it's not good. So that was a part of me writing this. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend that you read this book. And the people ask me, who is this book for? In the book, I said that this book is for those who fucked up the culture and those who are trying to fix it, trying to save it. That encompasses a lot of people. And we got to be honest. Some of y'all have fucked up the culture. And we got to be honest. Some of y'all are actually trying to fix this culture. And so this book addresses both demographics. And it's a book about information, but it's not about traditional books. It's not like traditional books that you would see written by those from the motorcycle culture. This book is not a story of my life. It's not about my trials, my rides, my adventures. It's not about that. This is an academic resource. This book is about the origin stories of what makes up this culture. This book investigates where it started, who started it, why did they start it, why did we adopt it, how is it here now. And this book looks into various themes as well, such as gender. We dive into women and how they've been looked at in this culture and what the future holds for them in this culture. We dive into the hierarchy of clubs. We dive into this whole thing called one percenter and outlawism. Everything from the hang around to the highest president. We look at traditional clubs. We look at new clubs. But within all of that, we really look at why we do the things we do. And that's one thing I want to touch on, because as I talk to people in this culture, what I learn is that a lot of people do things in this culture, but they don't know why. And no one can tell them why. And that's why this book, this what this book does. It tells you why. Why do we leave the back seat open on a memorial ride when we ride? Why do we wear Spurs? Why do these guys walk around with these badass dusters on? And who started the duster? And who made a duster? It really dives into the origin stories that are fed into our culture. And I can't stress it enough, man. I won't be long, but this book right here, people, you can read the reviews. You can read the reviews. I'll give you the website. You can see what people have said about it. You can ask people about this book. But the response has been absolutely incredible, and I'm humble, I'm grateful, I'm thankful for the response to this book. I didn't know that it would sell at the volume that it sold. I didn't know that it would go as far as it have. When I look at my sell sheets, I've sold this book all across the entire world. I've shipped this book as far away as Korea, all over Europe, Hawaii, South America, and I had no idea that that would happen. And apparently there's some magic to this book that people are talking about. And so people wanted me to come on here and address some of those things. I got to give a shout out to the two people who wrote the forwards of this book, Foxy and Chrome. Chrome is out of Canada. He's with the Los Gypsies Nation. Foxy is out of North Carolina. And these two contributed greatly to this book. And so I always got to give them a shout out. Hey, listen, I'll be brief and wrap this up. If you don't have this book, Historizing the MC Culture, I would suggest you go get it. If you're a fan of the Historizing the MC Culture series that has been long standing with the 22 episodes that I did, then you're absolutely going to love this book, because it just builds right on that. It ties right into those episodes that you've been watching forever. You can purchase this book at www.darkgasms.com. Again, www.darkgasms.com. As we always say, each one, reach one, teach one. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Later.